So I think I've finally settled on a modeling solution that actually works pretty well for my desk setup here. I ended up picking up this HX Stomp here a couple weeks ago, and I've been using it in my strange Chaos Monot guitar rig. And while the modeling itself it's passable, it's not my favorite. I don't think it replaces my big amps by any stretch. The routing options in this actually have come in quite handy. Now, to give you an overview, we got this guitar here that is a stereo guitar. It's got a TRS output jack, and that's because this sixth string, this flat wound, actually runs to its own output through that pickup. And on the TRS jack, that's the ring. All six strings run through the tip like normal, and I just happened to come across this wireless unit, this cheap wireless unit that actually supports a stereo guitar signal, shockingly enough. Let's see if I can, there we go, get the little focus on that guy. So again, that ring there is the bass, tip is the guitar. On the other end of the wireless is I got the receiver here, and I have it running to this TRS to dual TS splitter, and the tip runs into the left mono input, and the ring, which is again that bass string, runs into the right input. Now the cool thing is the routing on this HX Stomp allows me to do some pretty cool stuff. So I basically split the signal here, so the guitar is running through, the tip is running through this top line, and the bass is running through this bottom line. And I'm doing that by, see if you can, by separating the inputs through, panning the right signal, which is again that ring, panning that through this bottom loop, and the guitar loop, getting panned full left for the stop section. Now the really cool trick is, as soon as I separate those signals out in the chain here, I send these out to the effects loop. So you have effects loop right for the bass, effects loop left for the guitar, which comes out of this TRS cable. We've got the stereo send, and that guy runs into the splitter box that has been the mainstay of my pedal board, splits it out into the guitar and bass signals on the pedal board itself. So I have this entire pedal board running in the effects loop of the HX Stomp. And then on the output, so I have the output of the guitar there, I've got the output of the bass here. That runs back into the HX Stomp returns. And then once that is returned in, then on the bass side we've got this Ampeg SVT amp that's modeled here, and then on the guitar side I got basically this Bright Sun Model T model here, along with my guitar cab and the SVT cab, and then that runs, basically recombines the signal and runs out of these outputs into my mixer here, which then I can mix that to taste with my vocal mic, and I can also send that into my DAW on my PC. The other cool thing about this is the HX Stomp also has its own USB interface functionality, and because I'm using the effects loop to run my effects, I can send a pure DI signal for both left and right, aka bass and guitar, through USB channel 6 or 5 and 6 straight into my DAW. So I can actually play with my guitar sounds, do my pedals, and then still capture the raw DI into my DAW for tracking. Or I can capture the the full-on emulated sound as well. So I think this thing is a keeper. I'm really digging it. I feel like the interface is pretty easy to work with. I'm not, you know, jumbling around, messing around with a bunch of different models that don't sound like my amps. And on top of that, I'm going to be able to capture IRs and load, IRs from our torpedo from our actual amps to load into this box. So I'm pretty impressed, and I think it's going to really help the recording process quite a bit.